These are the top 5 things that you can be prepping right now while you're pregnant to make your postpartum experience much, much easier. The 4th trimester, aka the postpartum period, can be equal parts magical as you are falling madly in love with this tiny little human being that you just gave birth to, and equal parts terrifying and painful and incredibly emotional. Our bodies are truly amazing. I mean, the fact that we can grow and birth people, it's insanely cool. But just because our bodies were made to do this doesn't mean that it's always easy. In fact, it's hard. It's really, really hard. But I am not here to scare you. In fact, the complete opposite. I am here to share with you the top 5 things that you can be prepping right now while you're pregnant to make your postpartum experience much, much easier. If you have not seen one of my videos before, hi, I'm Anna. I am a mom of 3, and here on YouTube, I make videos all about pregnancy, birth, and motherhood. If you are enjoying this video, please make sure you go down there and click on that thumbs up button. It lets me know that you're enjoying this type of content. And while you're down there, you can just hit subscribe. It's right there. It's right next to it. I'll wait. Now, the first thing that you can be prepping right now before you give birth is what I like to call an easy access caddy. There's going to be lots of items that you need a lot throughout the day, every day in those first few weeks and months postpartum. And you want to make sure you have like an enclosed thing where you can keep them with you all the time. So you want to have something portable. You can either have a caddy that you carry with you everywhere, or my personal favorite, which is what I used with all 3 of my babies. I don't know if you can see it, but it is that thing back there. It is a cart with a couple of shelves on the bottom and like a little, I don't know what do you call it? Anyways, I'll try to take a video of that separate so I can show you. But it is amazing. My husband gave me that for Christmas, gosh, I don't know, years before we had kids. And it came in handy so much during my postpartum periods with all 3 of them. I just wheeled that thing around the house everywhere. But as I mentioned, you are going to have a lot of items that you use very repeatedly with a newborn baby. I will be making a video on how to put one of these easy access postpartum caddies together with in detail all the things that I recommend that you have on there. But quickly I can tell you just a list of some of the things that I think that you need to have in one of these carts. Of course, all the baby items. You want to have diapers, wipes, butt cream, an extra change of clothes, burp cloths, bottles. If you are breastfeeding and pumping, you want to have your pump and all of the parts, as well as milk storage bags, pacifiers, that sort of thing. And then also for mommy care a little bit, which you will want to have with you, are going to be things like maybe little snacks, granola bars, I don't know, breastfeeding cookies. What are they called? I don't know, the milk supply, oatmeal cookies that you can have to increase your milk supply, that sort of thing. And then of course a water bottle you want to have with you at all times because you will get very thirsty. And then breast pads, nipple cream, that sort of thing. You're going to be using these items a lot, and you want to be able to have an area that is with you all the time so you don't have to move from room to room as you have a newborn. You don't want to do that. So prepare yourself an easy access caddy with all of the things that you want to have on there and make it very easy for you to transport from room to room. Now, along those same lines, the second thing that you can be prepping right now is a bathroom caddy. Whether you give birth via C-section or vaginal, you will have some healing and you will be bleeding, and there is a lot of items that you can have in your bathroom that, again, you're going to be using a lot throughout the day. Of course, things like pads, extra underwear you want to have in there. Depending on how you give birth, you want to have Dermoblast, which is a spray that helps your privates not hurt so much when you are healing. Also, tucks are great for healing down there. And if you have hemorrhoids, hemorrhoid cream is another one you can add on there as well. I will also be making a video on how to put together a bathroom postpartum caddy. So I will go into detail about some of those items that you want to have in that video. So subscribe so you don't miss it. But those sort of things, like a little spray bottle, there's going to be a lot of items that the hospital will provide for you. So you can always call ahead of time and find out what the hospital will give you if you are planning on giving birth at a hospital. Birthing centers sometimes will give you like a little care package as well of things to take home. They will give you pads usually. They will give you extra like meshy underwear usually. You can take all of that home. That all is included in your price for staying at the hospital. So take all of that with you. They will even give you extra ones to take with you. But you can be preparing right now, one, by calling the hospital and just seeing what they will provide and what they won't. And you can buy the things that you want to have that they don't provide, or buy extras of the things that maybe they will provide just one of, like Dermablast. Sometimes they'll give you just like the one bottle, but you probably will want to have more. The third thing that you can do to prep for postpartum is prepping food. You can prep the meals yourself. You can get a subscription box that gets delivered to your house. That's a great way, if you can afford it, of making things a lot easier on yourself. You can even go grocery shopping. If you don't feel like prepping a bunch of food, you can go grocery shopping and just buy a lot of meals that you can just throw in the oven. Frozen burritos, lasagnas, things that are going to be really easy for you to make during that time. Cooking things in the crock pot or Instapot, things like that, that just sort of cook for you and you don't have to do too much, is fantastic. I did not do this with my first two babies, and I did with my third. And it made a world of difference. It was a life changer having like 3 weeks worth of food prepped that I didn't have to worry about those first 3 weeks, and I could just worry about myself and my other kids and my baby. And it was very easy for my husband to like not be like, oh, what do? I'm taking care of the kids, and I also have to figure out food, and my mom was here, and it was so easy for everybody to just be like, boop, food's done, and one less thing for us to worry about during that time. And believe me, any stress that you can take out of those first few weeks is so great. You can also set up a meal train with your friends and family if anyone's offering to help you with anything. Most of the time people will be like, hey, what can I do? What can I bring you? Bringing food is a great way to help mom and dad, and you can prep for that right now. You can ask your friends and family to create a meal train and plan to bring you food during those first couple of weeks after you give birth. The fourth thing I recommend that you prep right now is doing all of the washing and all of the sanitizing of everything as early in your pregnancy as you can. There's some things that you probably will want to wait till the end, but sanitizing all of the pacifiers, the pump parts, all of those things like that ahead of time, so you don't have to worry about any of that after you have your baby, which of course you will have to do periodically after your baby's born, but having all of that ready at first is so helpful, as well as washing all of the baby clothes, which, if you don't know, they use all sorts of gross chemicals on baby clothes to just make them look all flat and pretty and awesome. And so when you have a newborn, you want to make sure that you wash everything before you put it on your baby, because their skin is so sensitive and all of those chemicals can give them rashes, and believe me, you don't want that. So wash everything. If you can get a fragrance-free, I was going to say deodorant, but it's not called deodorant. Soap for the wash. What is that called? Detergent. Gosh, why can't I think of that? If you can get a fragrance-free detergent to wash all of the baby clothes, and also because you are going to be holding baby all of the time, I also recommend that you wash all of your clothes with the fragrance-free detergent, as well as your sheets, the baby sheets, the burp cloths, the bibs, all of that stuff. Get it washed all ahead of time, and then you don't have to worry about doing like prepping for all of that after your baby is here. The fifth and final thing I recommend that you prep for right now is outside help. And this includes a long list of things that you can plan for having outside help with, things like babysitting for your other kids, planning to have an appointment with a breastfeeding consultant, whether it is in the hospital or birthing center or even outside of that, so that you can have some help with that. when baby is here to make that easier for you, because that's a whole other thing in its own, breastfeeding, which we will talk about that in another video soon. Other things that you can prep for right now is having housekeepers, some friends and family that come and help you with chores, creating a schedule that helps, or creating a schedule for your friends and family to be able to come and help you. If you are someone that is already suffering with some anxiety or depression during your pregnancy, you are at a higher risk of having postpartum depression or postpartum anxiety. So preparing for having someone to talk to, whether it's someone from your healthcare practice already that can help, or even a therapist, I think is hugely, hugely helpful. And the other one that is super highly recommended that you can prep for and you could try to find right now is a postpartum doula. And if you want to find out about postpartum doulas, I will leave a couple links in the description below, but they can help with so much. And if you can afford it, it is highly, highly recommended. And to make sure that you are fully prepared for your postpartum experience, make sure you check out this video in which I tell you all of my highly recommended must-have newborn baby items. And let me know in the comments down below, what are some of your favorite meals that you like to prep or want to prep for your postpartum period? Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.